Okay, I'm going to need some help today. We're going to do my intensity right now. Okay, so I am unashamedly calling on anyone who loves me to help me now. I know my chapter is here. Thank you. I know you'll do it. I know my KMs are here. Thank you. I know you'll do it. And I'm about to overrule several hundred years of cultural conditioning. I don't know how many thousands of years of gender conditioning, and I think about 20 years of political training in secrecy. So, big stuff. Are you ready? Now, I'm going to ask you to do something. And I got obsessed. I couldn't find the beginning of this talk. And talk about manic. I do manic. I just couldn't find it. So I haven't slept much. I've taken several legal cigarettes outside of the premises. I did read the notice. Thank you. And I'm ready. What I want you to do, only if you feel able, because I do intense and I really get what you're saying, I don't do obligation, duty, manipulation, deviation, or forcing you to do anything that doesn't feel comfortable, okay? So what I want you to do is say to me, go on, have some chakra pride, girl, right? Because what I'm about to say after that requires a lot of pride, and I'm not good at that culturally, and I'll tell you why. Scots do this thing. Now, if you're English, you'll understand why we blame you for things. Right, we do cultural litotes. That's me showing I'm intelligent. Understatement. So I'll say, oh, I do a bit of that. You'll take me, if you're English, at face value. If you're British, you'll take me at face value. You do a bit of that, that's fine. And then you'll say, she does a bit of that. And I go, don't you know who I am? I'm blah. And then I go, see the English? They can't get it. So I'm about to break that conditioning with your help. The second thing I'm about to do is break the gender conditioning. Right, I'm a girl. I've spent years in politics making other men look good. I've spent years in working life working my way around men, because really you just don't take them on. Yes, we do humour you. Yes, we do talk about you behind your back. And yes, we do ignore you. So all of that is in fact true. And I hope that gives you some validation for some of your she beat me, she hurt me validation. So I hope I've generated enough. Thank you, Mokshavadi. She's here. Good. I mean, I can see my friends. Right, can you, we'll practice. Go on, girl. All right, let's get my lines right here. I used to be an actor. Get the lines right. Go on, have some Shakya pride. Okay? Can you do that? Oh, thank you. Ready then. Loud. Go on! Yeah. Thank you. Okay. The line I could not say. I am the leader of a small revolutionary social movement in Scotland. We focus on recovery from addiction and the altruistic dimension of recovery from addiction. That is the space between treatment, fellowship, and that giving back. There is this beautiful thing that happens in recovery from addiction where you have this opening of your heart and you cannot not give back, because I'm in recovery, will die if I don't. It's a life or death matter. For those of you, and I know there are some of us in here who are in recovery from addiction, we know that as a daily practice. So, yes, that's what I work with. I've had the unique pleasure of being asked to serve my country in this regard. And I am no less than proud to be a Scot serving the Scottish Government. And it's a wonderful thing. I sometimes feel pity, not horrified anxiety, but something for the conditions that you suffer from in England. I really do feel that for you. I work with the government. We know where each other lives. They're very beautiful, they're kind, and they're actually passionate, as passionate as I am about this subject, and that's a joy. I'm uniquely qualified, this is me coming out of the closet now, to be, I did gay straight, that's not what we're going to talk about, to be the leader of this, oh God, that's so hard, small revolutionary social movement. I know I am because they said it in Parliament. Right? So I just, and I was there and I went, oh. Anyway, so here I am. I'm a trained revolutionary. I'd spent 13 years as a covert member of the Communist Party, training in ideological, political warfare. I've been in several Eastern European countries, without a passport and without a visa to be trained, along with a number of other... I actually don't know where I was. In my dream, I was taken from Checkpoint Charlie in a blacked-out bus, and I appeared somewhere in Eastern Germany, meeting with the Socialist Unity Party. That was my training, early training as a revolutionary. And I used to say I was a lieutenant and I was involved in politics, and people say, that's not me, is it? No. And people say, she was in the Labour Party, that's a lie. Okay, so that's one. Two, that was the big outing. I had to do a lot of work to let you know that. Addict in recovery. I'm also a treatment professional for 20 years. I'm only in recovery for 10 years. Work it out. I'm not that clever. But most importantly, and this is where I have the Shakya pride, I'm uniquely qualified to do this because I'm a member of this order. And I think you need to know what effect you have on people. I am officially mad, bad, and dangerous to know in a number of areas. I have enough psychiatric diagnoses to send me away, PTSD, ADHD, whatever, and also an addict. But you took me in. You fed me. You clothed me. You made me a warmer human being. You need to know that when Bhante said there are revolutionaries out there who really need the Dharma, who might be in there, you were successful, we came. You need to know you have an effect. You need to know that when I didn't intend to start a social movement, I never intended to start a revolutionary movement, I did not intend to do it. It's a bit like my Anagarika request to Dharma dinner. Like, I really wasn't aiming there. I backed into it by mistake. I was not giving up sex. Don't know what happened there. Pity for mankind and womankind. I'm an equal opportunities muck-up in the relationship department. So I didn't intend it. But Bhante, my God, what did he do to us? He said that thing. It was only on a video. It was a video, for goodness sake. He said, I rather fear we're becoming complacent. I go, and a part of me is going, don't do it, don't say it, don't say it, don't say it. And I'm just listening to the video, goes, I rather think we've lost our radical edge. And I went in. That's it. It doesn't take very much, and I don't think I could cope with a whole conversation with Bhante. I don't think the world could. But that and Akupa gave me this thing, the indefatigable earthworm. I'm very happy as an indefatigable earthworm. I started off running. I went to run a community rehab, just a wee one. Dasney told me, it's a wee job, just do it. Don't get too involved in it. You're getting ordained next year. Remember, you're bigger than the job. I did. I really did. I honestly just ran a little community rehab. I've forgotten what effect an order member has on things. So I came back ordained. My team had already changed my name. I am known as Kuladharini everywhere. And if you can get people in the Gorbals to call you Kuladharini from day one, you're in. I have no problem taking down states of ministerial states, prime ministers who won't say my name. I'm going, if I can get a bunch of bears in the Gorbals to say it straight off the bat, I'm no scared of you, pal. The name's Kuladharini. The builder tried to go, what's your real name? I said, you're getting dangerously close to an equal opportunities case here. You can tell why I don't have a relationship. So Richard Michael's about the only man that will live with me with any... he used to be ex-Nagaraja, I'll make it clearer. Community. So I was indefatigable. I was easier with that because you're low, you're down, you're out. A worm, nobody pays attention to worms. But you're working directly or indirectly in consort with other people. What we created was a recovery-based community rehab. Yes, it's been done before. Yes, it's done all the time. Yes. But what started to obsess me was the community aspect of community rehab. And I accidentally strayed outside the treatment centre into the community. And there we are. Applying systems theory, that's for the scientists among you. Social network theory and the work that reconnects. I won't go into any of that, but I learned it from you. I applied it all. We accidentally backed into a new social movement that is actually under the radar. I love being under the radar, but I am no longer under the radar. Last year I was asked by in a sense, you make some statements, don't you? I said to a number of government officials, if you get rid of the chair and you get rid of that director, I'll clean it up for you. You don't bring me in because things are easy. You never bring me into a job. It's just not okay. That's one of the gifts of growing up, has been to know where is the right place for your particular skill set. And evidently, you don't put this much intensity unless there's a big mess. And I really like a big mess. And I said, I'd seen this big mess happening. Thank you, I'm nearly there. I'd seen this big mess happening, and this movement, which started, it could start anywhere. You put an order member in any system, you will be a virus, a positive virus. I don't care if you're the cleaner. That level of honest engagement is needed in the world. There are people hungry for honesty, for your directness. I have learned more from you in your interactions with each other than I have learned from any teacher of any academic book and anything else I learn. I learn at your feet, and I am honoured to be with you. So that happened, and because I'm hugely collective, the negotiations to move me from my community rehab in the Gorbals to a national position in Scotland took a long time. My relationships are serious and intense. So I had to communicate with the staff team, my chapter, my region, my public, my private. I never move, but these discussions are had. I trust your opinion. I trust the fact you don't power me down either. And you go, well, it could be. If you looked at my mental health diagnosis, you wouldn't let me out of the house. But there is something deeply therapeutic about putting me to work. My friends won't let me go to India. That's very good. I was blown out of the water once. I can't do that again. But I can lead a small revolutionary social movement in Scotland. Thank you.